So today I thought it would be a good idea to react to some of my old privated videos. Why, you ask? Well, because I've done some really dumb videos in the past. For example, can you fry an egg on an Xbox? Yep, I actually did that. Not all of my privated videos are dumb. Some of them are just cringy, and some of them I don't even remember why I privated them in the first place. But that's what we're going to be finding out today. I guess we should start off with the egg one. Can you fry an egg on an Xbox? Alright, what is going on, guys? You already know who it is. I'm just kidding. For the people new to my channel, my name is PolarSaurusRextra. And today, I'm going to be frying an egg on my Xbox. She sent me a meme on Instagram, right? So I checked it out, and it's just like an Xbox versus PS4 meme. It says something like, this is why Xbox is better than PS4. So you know how on an Xbox One, how, you know, the top heats up. This guy was just frying an egg on his Xbox One. Obviously, the meme was a joke. But, you know, me being me, I took it to the next level, and I thought, why don't we actually try this? What I'm going to do is play a game of Halo 5 to warm it up first. You know, get that Xbox running. Yeah, let me just play a quick game of Halo 5, because that's definitely going to heat up my Xbox to the point where it's equivalent to a stove. I can't remember if I genuinely thought that playing a game of Halo 5 would make my Xbox hot enough to fry an egg. But yeah, so that's exactly what I'm going to do today. So I'm going to play a game of Halo 5 first, and then I'm going to crack open the egg on this part, you know, when it's warm, and then probably play another game, see if it works. I mean, why am I doing this? I'm just thinking of it now. What am I doing? This is probably the dumbest thing I've ever done for a video. At least I knew what I was doing at the time was dumb. But then at the same time, I was dumb enough to even try it, so... I can't say, okay, I'm not really playing this to, you know, do anything good or anything. I'm just trying to get my Xbox warmed up. I keep going on about how one game of Halo 5 is going to heat my Xbox up. I think Xboxes would be banned from the market if playing a game of Halo 5 made it hot enough to fry an egg. In fact, if you manage to fry an egg on an Xbox in general, I don't think it should be allowed on the market. Xboxes should never get that hot. Although, if someone did manage to do it, I'd be supporting it. Not only can you play games on the Xbox One, but you can fry eggs on top of it as well, while you're playing games. But yeah, we're going to see if this photo of a man frying an egg on an Xbox is fact or faked. Shout out one of my old favourite TV shows. It goes up to 50, so we're actually almost done already, and my Xbox isn't actually feeling that warm. Oh, I wonder why. Because you've played half of a Halo 5 game. What was I expecting it to be like after half of a Halo 5 game? Fucking 200 degrees? Like, really? I feel dumb for even adding that part into the video. Oh, I'm halfway through a Halo 5 game and my Xbox isn't even that warm. Yeah, I'd be worried if it was. I would not be surprised if the photo was real, okay? I know I'm gonna get called dumb for thinking it's real, but if you've ever had an old or faulty Xbox, or just the 360 in general, you guys will understand where I'm coming from. Xboxes can get pretty hot. They can get pretty hot, okay? Xboxes, they do get pretty hot, especially the 360 like I mentioned. But not hot enough to fry an egg on it, okay? Okay, let's do this. Okay, that's the best I could get, the angle, so I'm sorry about that. I blue tacked 2 games as a wall, and then I get surprised that the liquid went underneath it. It's liquid! Oh, I didn't know it could go underneath small gaps. So I guess you can't fry an egg on your Xbox. I mean, maybe you can if it's that hot, but mine was like mildly warm. I wonder why. Maybe science one day will evolve to the point where we can answer that question. By the way, if anyone's wondering, my Xbox didn't break. I didn't let it break my Xbox. I cleaned it up quickly. So I'm assuming the reason I privated that video is because it was so dumb. Yeah, let's move on to the next one. So this next video was uploaded over 2 years ago now. And the video is called Creepy Clown Hunting at Night. And this is the thumbnail with a red circle around it, which, by the way, let me just say, there is absolutely nothing in that circle that I put in the thumbnail. I'm ashamed, I'm disappointed in myself for doing that, but hey, I'm a different person now, okay? This is when that whole clown trend thing was going on, where there was like all these creepy clown sightings that were going viral. So I thought I would do a video where I would go and hunt for them at night. I know you can't see me very well here, okay, but I am going to Clown Alley. Now, there's no real reason why it's called Clown Alley, if I'm being completely honest, right? It's just called it because it's just a alleyway and it's just really scary. It's also behind a school, actually. When it's behind a school, you know. Actually, no, that was another thing. A lot of you guys said that your schools have been shut because of, like, clowns. What the f? This video is titled Creepy Clown Hunting at Night. What it should have actually been titled is Walking Around My Neighborhood at 7 PM Talking to My Phone. Because I wasn't even looking for clowns, if that makes sense. I wasn't actively trying to find clowns. I wasn't going in forests and fields and stuff where clowns might be, which even then I probably wouldn't find one anyway, because all of these clown sightings were mostly in America. I was just walking around my streets at 7 PM when it was dark. If you couldn't tell already, I'm not with anyone. So, alright, look, behind me, that's the alleyway I just came through. And what I was saying was, if I was in the middle of that and a clown came out when I walked through, from both sides, I would have been trapped. What are the chances of that happening? It's a random alleyway in my neighborhood. Okay, these clown sightings that went viral online were probably on the other side of the world. Also, notice how there was a clip of me entering the alleyway, and then the following clip is me having already gone through it. That's because I didn't include the clip where I ran like a little bitch as fast as I could to the end. I didn't see any clowns or anything, I was just scared. I mean, even if I saw just a normal person, like not anyone dressed up as a clown, just a normal person at the end of the alleyway, in my head I'd be like, oh, you know what? I might have to turn back. I've seen these clown hunting videos where people are going out in day with their friends, and it's like, you really think you're gonna find any in the day? Oh, and I really thought I had a better chance at finding them, walking down completely open roads with streetlights and houses with people in them, and I really thought I had a better chance of finding a clown. This is more a vlog than clown hunting. More of a vlog, you know, just walking around. But if I find any clowns, I'm running. I don't even care if it's a joke. If I see a clown, I'm not even gonna bother like going up to it. Who would go up if someone sees a clown in an alleyway? Who's gonna go up to it? Oh, look at this. It's pitch black and there's a man standing in a clown costume in an alleyway. Nice to meet you. That alleyway, honestly, it just looks like a clown spot. Like if I was a clown and I was dressing up as a clown, I would definitely go to the alleyway, because a lot of people do go down the alleyway, but if I was a clown, I'd go there. I'd hide in the bush or something. That sounds like something a clown would say, if you ask me. I posted an Instagram story saying if you wanted a clown hunting video, and I put that like out of the moment, like I seen another clown hunting video and I thought, you know, I could do that. Wasn't really thinking about it, and then all of you guys said yes, and then I realized that it's scary. I'm doing this at night. A lot of people who do it in like daytime, and they do it in cars or they do it with their friends and stuff. I'm walking. Guys, salute to this brave soldier for walking around a well-lit neighborhood trying to find clowns. This is scary as shit, okay? Especially since there's been like sightings around my area. There could be one like behind me. There's not gonna be one behind you! There wasn't even probably a man in this entire city dressed up as a clown that night. Maybe because there isn't no clowns where I am, maybe I should be the clown. I think the police will be asking a couple questions if they catch me in a clown costume before Halloween. Oh, this was actually October, 12th of October this was uploaded. But yeah, that's that video. Like I said, shouldn't be titled Creepy Clown Hunting at Night, and that thumbnail, scumbag move by me. Kid fights teacher at my school is the next video that we're going to react to. This was also 2 years ago, and this is the thumbnail. What a nice piece of editing that is. If any of you guys watching are long-term subscribers to this channel, you might remember this video, but you remember the time where I would make story videos. So it was like late 2016 to early 2017, maybe mid 2017. I would make story videos, and a lot of them are still up on my channel. In fact, this is probably one of the only ones that I've privated, because honestly they're good. I like the story videos and I like watching them every now and then. I can't remember why I privated this one, so let's check it out. Alright guys, so today I'm going to be telling you another story about something that happened at school about, I don't know, a couple years ago. But this story takes place at school, alright? And it was in my core IT class. Now, I'm not sure if that's what you call it in different countries, but that's what it's called here. And in this class, there was 2 kids in there who absolutely hated each other, right? They did not like each other one bit, which is why what I'm about to tell you actually happened in the first place, obviously. I don't know why I bothered saying that. So in my class, there's basically 4 rows, I think, going down on each side, and there's a gap in between, so obviously people can walk by and get to their seats and everything. Oh, thanks for clearing that up, Lewis. That says gap, not fap, by the way. It's not like I could have just, you know, rewritten the word gap. And the teacher's desk is at the front on the right side. And there is also a fire extinguisher next to my teacher's desk, basically a couple feet away from it. Now, I know that's completely random, but it will make sense in a minute. So there's a 4 lesson going on in this class, alright? And there's 2 kids in there that actually hate each other so much. And I'm not sure what happened, but one of these 2 kids got really angry. One of them must have said something or done something that he didn't like, obviously. This kid runs up to the front, grabs the fire extinguisher off the wall, and runs up to this student to go smack him around the head with it. I'd like to mention that I have no idea what I'm talking about. Like, I'm watching myself tell this story, and I just have no memories of this happening ever. So, yeah, that's one thing. Also, this is very vague so far, you know? It's a very vague story. Oh, there's two kids that hate each other. There's a fire extinguisher. One of them got angry, and he ran to the front and grabbed it.
Now, because the fire extinguisher was so close to my teacher's desk, he knew what was happening because this kid ran up from the back of the classroom. So the teacher had time to react and everything, and just before this kid goes and smacks this other kid on the head with a fire extinguisher, the teacher comes up behind him and snatches it out of his hand, and he falls over. Obviously, it's a good thing if he did that, because if he actually did slam him around the head with it, he probably would have died.
Was I fresh out of a dream or something? Did I just wake up and record this video? Because I have no idea what I'm talking about. I think I would remember it if this happened, but I still have no memories of this ever happening. This is like I'm watching a completely different YouTuber tell a story that I haven't heard yet.
So this kid falls on the floor, and the teacher pins him down on the floor, holding his wrists and stuff, because obviously this kid's gonna fight and shit. I think the other kid ran out of the classroom whilst this guy's like pinned down to the floor, and the teacher's waiting for backup, I guess, like more teachers to come and like help him and stuff. And what happens is the teacher lets go of this guy's wrist, and he points to the door for like whatever reason it was, which he shouldn't have done, because that basically gave this kid a free arm. The kid smacks the teacher around the face. Obviously the teacher didn't really expect that, and then the kid gets the teacher in a headlock straight after. And then after that, the teachers already found out what was going on, and they came in the room, and everything just got sorted out after that.
Then that's the entire story, and I remember none of it.
But you know what's even crazier? My storytelling skills. Because I wasn't actually there. The only reason I know is because last week I was in class with the same teacher, and he told this story to the whole class.
Now it all adds up. That's why I don't remember it, and that's why it's so vague. And I felt the need to brag about my storytelling skills. Oh, guys, you know what's even crazier? My storytelling skills. Well, not really, because of how vague it was. I mean, did I even hear what I was saying when I edited the video? Two kids didn't like each other. They were angry. One got up to fight. Teacher stopped it. Great storytelling skills, if you ask me. You know what? Have you ever thought about becoming an author? You'd be a great author.
And he told this story to the whole class, and, well, I was just sitting there like this. You know what? That's not a bad video idea.
Okay, I liked that edit. I'm going to start doing that again. In fact, I'll probably include it in this video somehow. The next video, and probably the last one that I'm going to react to, is called Failed My Driving Test Bullshit. From the title of this video, you already know what happened. It's more or less going to be about the dickhead driving examiner guy that I got. You know, the one that sits in the car with you and marks everything that you're doing. By the way, I'm going to sound very angry in this video, and what I said about the driving examiner might seem like I'm just salty about it, but the truth is, guys, he was a complete prick. He really was. It took 7 months from, you know, the day that I started learning how to drive to, you know, having this test. For the most part, I'd have like one lesson a week, and they were quite expensive because driving lessons are. You have to have a theory test before you can have the real driving test. Then the real driving test costs quite a lot of money as well. Most people in the UK drive manual, not automatic cars, so it just takes longer to learn in general. And that's what I learned how to drive too. So it was 7 months of lessons, cost quite a lot just to get an unfair examiner. It's basically like 40 minutes of driving, and then you get like one reverse maneuver to do. So it was my first attempt at doing this on Friday, right? You go into like a waiting room and you wait for a driving examiner to come out the door and say your name. I was in there with like 5 other people waiting to do their test. All the examiners come out this door at the same time. They say your name. I go up to him and he asks for my provisional license, so I give it him. And then this is where like I find out that he's a massive twat. So what happens is I give him my provisional license. He asked me this question about my license, and he said it so fast that I didn't understand what he heard. Like, so I said, sorry, I didn't hear what you said. And then he pulled this face, like this disgusted look, as if I've already asked him 10 times or something. And he repeats himself exactly the same as he did the first time, way too fast to just even hear what he's saying. I didn't want to ask him the question again, so I just took a second to think, and then I finally got it. He was basically asking me, is the address, my name, and a few other things on the card still the same? So I just said yes, and then sarcastically this guy's like, oh, it was only a simple question, you only need to give a simple answer. And at that point I just knew that this guy was a complete dickhead, and he made sure to say this as loud as he could. So when he gave that sarcastic answer, all the people in the room were laughing, and I was like, great. And on the way out of the test, there's like a roundabout, and he tells me to turn left. So I'm waiting at the line for all the cars to stop coming so I can go. And after about 30 seconds of waiting at the line, I don't see any more cars on that road. So I pull out and I turn left, right? It's a simple left turn. It's not anything major. I'm just going left. I'd say I was about 85% done with the turn onto the road that I had to go on. And the driving examiner does this fake ass, exaggerated, shocked expression, I guess. And he's like, whoa, look! And I'm like, what's this guy talking about? I look out the window and there is a car there, but he's not even on the roundabout yet. And I'm basically off of it. He does this fake, shocked expression as if this car's about to hit into me, but he's not even on the roundabout yet. So I'm like, okay, what's the big deal? I didn't actually say that. I didn't really say anything. This is the main reason the examiner that I had, I really didn't like at all, because I didn't feel like he was fair, you know? He over exaggerated everything just so he could fault me for it. That's what it seemed like, at least. Plus he was just in a shit mood and he seemed like he was angry at something in his personal life and he was just sort of taking it out on other people. And I actually asked my instructor on the way home, you know, the one who taught me how to drive. On the way home, he asked me, you know, about him, and I said it seemed like he was in a bad mood, and my instructor said that he's always like that. And I'm like, oh, so he's known for being in a bad mood. Great, I just had to get that guy, didn't I? Also, another reason I was so pissed off at this is because the test center at my location, there's only one. So there's only one place that you can do a test, and it's always fully booked. So after I failed this test, I wouldn't be able to get in for another one for months. It's not like I could just go back next week. Now I have to go another couple months, pay for more lessons, and just hope that I get someone that's fair. So the next serious mistake that I got that was apparently my fault was the fact that there was a car behind me that was too close to me. Just think about that. There was someone behind me that was too close to me, and it was my fault because I was apparently going too slow when I made sure that I was going the correct speeds at every road. I'm not making this up. I got a serious fault because there was someone behind me too close, and he used that as an excuse to say I was going too slow. My driving instructor that, you know, teaches me how to drive, he always tells me, focus on what you're doing, not what everyone else is doing. So don't focus on what's going on up the road, just focus on what you're doing, and then you're not going to overthink, you're not going to do things wrong and stuff like that. So we get in a traffic jam on this test. There was like 10 or more cars in front of me. We weren't moving because that's how slow it was going. I say to the examiner, oh, it's a busy day today, isn't it? And he's like, no, it's just a van up there reversing. And then at the end of the test, when he's summing it up with me and my instructor, he says that I wasn't aware of what's going on just because I didn't see a fucking van reversing 10 cars in front of me. My instructor, the one who teaches me how to drive, tells me the complete opposite, but it was the summary at the end that really did piss me off. We parked up and he reviewed the test in summary with me and my instructor, and he was acting like I ran someone over on the test. I think a good day at work for this guy is failing as many people as he can. I am going to retake the test, obviously, but it is going to be completely random with the person that you get, so I could possibly get him again, unfortunately to say. In fact, you know what, even if I do get him, I'm not going to do the test. If he comes out and says my name, I'm just going to like fake a fit in the middle of the room and then just get like an ambulance to pick me up and save me. Not save me for having a fit, save me from doing a test with this guy. Now I remember why I privated this video. I privated the video a couple days before I went back to have my second test, just in case they saw it or anything. But yeah, that's going to be it for this video, guys. They are all of the, not all of the private videos that I've got, but just some of the private videos that I wanted to react to. I guess what you can learn from this video is don't try and fry an egg on an Xbox. Don't put red circles in a YouTube video thumbnail if there's nothing to put a red circle over. Don't tell stories if you don't have much information on the story you're trying to tell. And try and not to get an unfair driving examiner when you do your driving test. That's really just pure luck based, but just try not get one anyway, okay? But yeah, thank you for watching. Definitely subscribe if you're new here. That being said, I will see you all in my next video.